Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Rum and Cinema. Today I'm joined by my guests Nate and Jake, and we are looking at the movie The Long Walk, now streaming on Starz. Ooh. Yep, they're still a thing. Jake, how are you? Did you go walking after watching this movie?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I didn't do so much walking, but I'm ready to have a long talk.
Oh, the long talk. Hey, Nate. I'm just gonna assume you didn't like this, but let's hear what you think. How are you?
You would assume wrong. Much like this movie to teach you not to. This is the biggest surprise for me in a while. I would say I was sure I wasn't going to like this. I was not interested in this movie at all.
When it
I was coming into this with like, this is gonna be so dumb, and I was shocked by how much I liked it.
Yeah.
He hates Stephen King.
Oh, for real?
That's ridiculous.
For his political views.
I don't even know what his political.
You thought the van should have won.
He's very liberal. He's on Twitter all the time picking fights.
I see.
Nate thought either the cocaine.
I've seen a few hot takes from Stephen King now that I think about it.
Nate thought either the cocaine or the van should have taken him out, and he's like, "Damn, that guy's still around. That's crazy."
Misery style. No. It wasn't like I can't think of a Stephen King adaptation that I've seen that I don't like. I just think we're gonna learn a lot about Stephen King adaptations today.
We are.
But this one, just like the plot did not sound interesting to me at all, and I am freely ready to admit how wrong I was.
Yeah.
It's such a good device for pushing a story forward and creating drama, and I loved it.
Wow. Nate gave it a love. I'm shocked.
Nate's favorite movie of the year so far.
Yeah. It beat the other movie we watched, Marty Supreme.
Yeah, no. I'll give you no.
What did you see? I saw Marty Supreme last year.
Oh, okay.
I did see Marty Supreme this year.
Oh, me too.
Okay, never mind.
Marty Supreme's gonna be tough to beat.
It's like when we started with like Anora last year. It's like, well, all right, maybe, or The Brutalist. We're gonna talk about The Long Walk, starring Philip Seymour Hoffman's kid plays Raymond Garrity, number 47, the main guy. Cooper Hoffman. You may recognize David Johnson, who plays Peter McVries from Alien. What's the last one they did? Alien. Nope. Alien Romulus. Yeah, he was good in that. Nope.
I mean, I believe it based on this. He was new to me. Yeah, but
he was awesome.
Yeah, he was great.
He was really good in this. And then a bunch of other like 17 to 24-year-old looking kids. Who you've probably never heard of, but we'll probably hear from in the future because this was a really good cast. Written by J.T. Molnar, story by Stephen King, obviously. J.T. Molnar also did Strange Darling, Sugartown. Yeah, not a lot that's like out there. Francis Lawrence is the director. He directed all the Hunger Games movies. So he kind of knows how to do the whole like kids in peril.
Teenager thing.
Yeah, he's really good at killing teenagers. Water for Elephants, he did Red Sparrow, so he also really likes I Am Legend, he directed that. He really enjoys working with Jennifer Lawrence. He did a lot of stuff with her. It looks like he also did Constantine in 2005 with Keanu Reeves. Which might be getting
that movie, actually.
I've heard it's getting a revive. People want to bring it back.
That's so funny because I was literally just going to say the only reason I didn't like Constantine is because it's needed more, and then there was never any more.
Yep, they're talking about bringing it back, so that'd be fun. So yeah, The Long Walk. It is a story about teenage boys competing in an annual contest known as The Long Walk, in which they must maintain a certain walking speed or get shot. All right, that's it. That's the movie. See you guys.
The end.
I got like 20 minutes in, and I had this realization that they're just gonna show the walking the whole time, and I was like, this could go really bad.
I'm saying, like, that was before the movie for me. I was like, what the fuck are we gonna watch? And turns out it works.
Yeah. You could do this as a one act if you set up a big enough treadmill.
They did a screening where they had treadmills set up in the theater, and they had them at 3 miles an hour the whole time. If you dropped under 3 miles an hour, you had to leave. And everyone made it. So that was cool.
I was just saying, if you can't do it for 2 hours, you shouldn't have signed up. But
yeah,
it's like an hour and a half, even. I think
it was a healthy looking group.
I think it was
hour 50, maybe hour 45.
The other movie I watched,
hour 48.
You watched a second movie? That. That's crazy. So, we much like the movies we talked about with like The Fly and The Thing. It just kind of started, and we were in the middle of this movie. We got no real background on the area that we're in. It looks like a dystopian 50s to 70s. I think it ends up being the 70s if you read into it.
Did get a title crawl. I want to be clear.
What do you mean?
Or a title card that
20 minutes in
of the movie to us.
Yeah. Oh, right at the beginning. Yes.
Yeah, the beginning. We got a
little exposition. Yeah, they told us, hey, there's this thing, one person from every state.
I'm not going to forget that.
Yeah, I know. You hate those.
Maybe not like the movie.
You hate those. You saw that and you're like, show me that, idiot. Don't make me read. It's like a book.
I was ready.
He's down expecting great. Now, this is just ammo of how right I am to hate this movie.
Have, like, literally what I was sat down, I'm like, God damn it. And then it comes up literally a writing too. And I was like rolling my eyes out of my head.
This guy hates Star Wars. I actually do not like. I think Star Wars is a bad story. But anyway, so yeah, I know someone who's 18 is chosen from every state to go do a long walk, and the Major is the antagonist in this movie, played by Mark Hamill, who said this character was his worst character of all time.
Star Wars.
Yeah, he said he thought the Major was sadistic and all those terrible things. It's unlike anything I've ever done before, and that's what I like. And he played the Joker in an animated series, so he knows evil, and he thought this guy was the most evil, which fair. He's killing children,
which is interesting because it's clear that he is horrible, but we don't get a lot of it in the movie.
Nope.
Like it's all his characterization. We don't really see any act other. I mean, obviously he does a couple bad things, but like in the context of this movie, they're not really that bad.
It's just his position. It's what he represents. I think.
Yeah.
Actually,
I agree.
Yeah. So I definitely agree. It's weird for Mark Hamill to be like, this character's so evil, because most of that is probably coming from Mark Hamill's.
I was to say he's imagining what he did.
Yeah, or it could be in the book.
He like thought up how it was. That's true. I am interested to read this book.
The book has a completely different ending.
Experience.
I do want to talk about the ending of the book, although maybe we won't if Nate's going to be reading.
Don't spoil the ending of the book.
Yeah,
but okay. I'm not surprised at all that it's different from the movie.
The ending almost made me not like this movie. It was really close.
It was definitely my least favorite part.
Really close. So we're basically following these kids. There's about 3 or 4 that we see a lot. There's a couple that show up every once in a while and have a little funny quip, little joke.
The Musketeers.
The 3 Musketeers and the 4th guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this movie is carried by the cast and the dialogue, because that's all there is, honestly. And the dialogue is so incredibly well done, and the emotional ride that you go on during this movie is something I did not expect. I fell for these characters so quickly, and I cared about them, and I wanted to see what happened faster than I think I've had in a long time. Because you're just thrown into this movie, and you're like, oh, okay, here we're on the walk. All right, and this is all we're gonna do for 2 hours.
Yeah, and in addition to the cast and the dialogue, I think the psychological situation also is a big part of the movie. Like, you, as characters start acting certain ways, I kept getting put into thinking about how I would act in this situation. Because it is so fucked.
Yeah.
It becomes clear early, this is the title scroll says this is a voluntary contest. It's a lottery where one person is selected from every state, but they get vast riches and a wish. And you're maybe coming into it okay, why would you possibly sign up for this?
Yeah.
And I think my favorite part is they make it clear through dialogue, showing, not telling, that this is, even though it's voluntary, everyone signs up because the world they're in is so fucked up.
Yeah.
Everyone is so desperate that this is the only way to have a life. And so basically it becomes clear that they didn't really choose. They got randomly picked, and it's their chance, but they have to go through this grueling contest. And just for me, the reason I love it is because every character is just going through this absolute like torture with like this tinge of hope, and they all react in different ways, and it's like, yeah, super interesting to see everyone break down in real time.
So the basic rules of the game are you have to be walking 3 miles an hour at least. No stopping, not even for sleeping, not for pooping, not for pissing, nothing. You're going the whole time. And I thought it was cool how they like kind of like you hear the rules at the beginning and they don't give you all the specifics, like you can't stop to shit or you can't, but then they like show you as they go. Like, oh yeah, no, this is actually like really messed up. And it gets escalated and like brought back down, and they do a good job with the pacing and the moments of like absolute terror, not terror, but like you just feel the most like messed up thing is happening. And you're like, oh, this is like a real thing for these people. This is crazy. The rules are, so 3 miles an hour, you have to go at least 3 miles an hour. You get 3 warnings and then you get killed after the 3rd warning if you don't go up to 3 miles an hour. You have 10 seconds to go back up to 3 miles an hour after your warnings. And if you go an hour without a warning, one of your warnings is removed. So you could have 3 warnings for up to an hour, and then just that whole hour you have to be going 3 miles an hour.
Yep. You said something about the pacing being good and like showing you how fucked up this is, and that's another thing that I thought was really good about it was they fall into these moments of being casual, which just feels like life in your, everyone's kind of reaction to being in a traumatic situation. Like you kind of go in and out of it, but every time there's actually someone getting killed, the characters react like they really strongly. They at least our main characters are like you see them reacting to it.
Yeah,
and that's like always the spikes of action, and then it's cooling down again.
There's a lot of us caring about these characters came from the fact that they cared about each other, right? There was a very real sense of camaraderie that built, which was super interesting because they keep calling it a race. They're racing against each other, right? Yeah. You go until there's one winner/survivor left. And so they're very much directly competing with each other. And yet they all come from this just hopeless, desolate, destitute background. And so I think because of that, they're just, they're all on the same team, even though they're very much against each other. And, that's not like to a man, there's conflict within the group.
I was going to say,
yeah.
Our main characters are strongly camaraderie. There's definitely some dickheads.
Yeah.
And they go out in a blaze of glory sometimes.
Yeah.
I think there's some pretty major moments we can talk about in this movie, mostly of deaths or like weird things, bad things that happen to them. I don't know that we need to go through the whole plot because it's literally just them walking and talking, and we learn more about the characters, and we learn more
going
about
through the plot
motivations.
Here would not really make sense.
Yeah. So let's talk about a couple moments. The first one I want to bring up is the broken ankle. That was wild.
That was hard.
That was rough. So at some point, there's a guy who's writing a book, and he's walking, and he rolls his ankle, and his ankle breaks, and like you see the bone through the ankle. And I was like, oh, he's dead. And then they kind of go away from him for a little bit. And then you see him again in the background. He's still walking. And like that, the struggle with that is so hard to watch. And it's so well done.
Yeah. He goes for hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Like miles more. And then he just can't anymore. There's a guy early on who is just shitting himself and can't stop. And they kill him because of that. Like he couldn't keep up the pace. There's oh God, what's his name? The Asian kid, Ben.
Who is the new Karate Kid?
Oh, really?
Yep. And the new Karate Kid Legends, he is the Karate Kid.
That's dope. His death is one of the hardest to watch. He just kind of like slowly disintegrates, and you find out about his, like, all the characters' backstories are really interesting of the main people. And they reveal a lot about their motivation in doing this. And Yeah, it was really good.
I say Ben breaks down over a long period of time. Like that part is hard to watch, but then he also does go out in kind of a blaze of glory. Like
Yeah.
he is the first one, I think, that tries to grab a weapon from one of the military people.
Yep. And they were just going to leave him to die. Everyone else they shoot in the head. They were going to leave him shot in the stomach to die. And you can hear him like calling out to his friends, and it's just, whew, yeah. There are some hardcore moments in this movie.
They make it a point then that they're like, anyone who, you know, if you fail your warnings, you get shot in the head and you're dead.
Yep.
If you try and make any sort of protest or attack on, you know, on the military or any sort of resistance, they shoot you in the stomach and you die a slow, painful death of bleeding out.
Yeah. And yeah, so we talked about like the main characters like have camaraderie, and they help each other. Like they're helping each other keep pace, and they're doing everything. And Ben is one of the four main group. You know, there's two core, but then there's four total that are like the initial group. And Ben is the first one to go, and it's also one of the hardest because the other member, who I can't remember his name, I don't remember anyone's names.
Arthur Baker,
honestly.
Yeah,
Arthur Baker. Yeah. So he and Ben are a little more like bond. They're the other pair, and so they're a little closer. So when Ben goes down, Arthur runs back to try to help him, which is basically Arthur signing his death warrant because he's getting warnings. And so then one of our main characters,
Garrity,
keep feeding me names, Garrity, runs back and saves Arthur by pulling him off of trying to save Ben, which is just like brutal. Like
I don't know how they did that in an hour and 20 minutes, because I think that's about when he goes, maybe an hour. I don't know how they made me feel so connected to these people in an hour. Like I still am trying to figure that out.
It's like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Go on.
Guardians of the Galaxy introduced the first one.
Mm-hmm.
This whole ensemble cast of new Marvel characters. Mm-hmm. Before then, every Marvel character had the intro movie. Then so by the time the Avengers came, you cared about all these characters because they all had not just a movie usually, but a whole series running up to them. In Guardians of the Galaxy, you care about all 5 of the Guardians by the end of the escape scene. So I always thought Guardians was a master class of, hey, here's 5 characters. We're just throwing you in. We're not going to give you their origin story. We're not going to do this. You know, we're just going to introduce you to this ensemble cast, and you're going to care about them really quickly.
I like that.
And I'll say, in this movie, I think this is one of the things that I said, like, surprisingly, it works. So, like, you know, when you say what the plot of this movie is, you're like, okay, like they're just walking. But it is still a high tension situation. Like there's high drama. And because they're literally just walking down a road, I think a big strength is you're just watching them for that hour and 20 minutes bare their souls to each other.
Yes.
Like get to know each other, grow to like each other, and then just cut in with these, you know, moments of abject horror. So it's like putting them in a high emotion situation, but all we're doing is watching them, and all they can do is talk to each other and try to help each other.
That's true. There's no like other, I wouldn't call them distractions, but I'll call them distractions here. There's no other distractions in this movie.
Yeah. There's no other, like, there's nothing that needs to happen in the plot. Like we know what the ending is going to be.
Yeah, that's true. They tell you at the beginning, hey, one of you is going to live. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the back of your head the whole time, but it doesn't really like hit you until, at least for me, it was like later on, I was like, oh my God.
And they bring it up a couple times, which like, to me, like some of the most emotionally impactful parts of the movie are when they're talking about the fact that like, it's the end for, you know, like it's only ending one way.
Yeah.
Like even like having practical, like as I'm like talking, I keep thinking of like this like analogies for life, like the part about it being interspersed with these like really intense moments, and then they kind of fall back into like, you know, not thinking about it. And like it makes me think like that they at some point they're having practical discussions of like, oh, I think maybe we shouldn't be helping each other anymore, where they get down to like 4 or 5 people. So like we can't just keep like putting this off, we can't keep avoiding it. And it felt like a discussion of death that like people in real life have to have at certain points. of just like, they're facing it with, you face it with like horror, you face it with grief, but you also face it sometimes with just like the practicalities of it. Like it has to happen at some point.
Interesting. Wow.
It's funny. The first example I think of them just, of the walkers just openly talking about the death, and then they're almost so numb to it, not in like an ignorant way, but just in it's just a fact of their life. Is right at the beginning when the one who's writing the book, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna write I'm right. They're like, why are you writing a book? You're gonna die.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh well maybe I won't, and then it'll sell 1 million copies. And they're like, well, if you win, you're gonna be rich, who cares? And he's like, oh. So right away he's like, oh yeah, this is pointless. But then they also all immediately drop it because
you don't want to,
it's just something to do.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you gonna rag on the guy who decided to write a book because he's gonna die when you're gonna die too? Right? You're all
Oh, it is like
it was
God.
Interesting too, because some characters thought they were gonna win, some characters thought they could win, and some just kind of knew that they weren't.
Yeah.
And I think if you show up to something like that and there's 49 other guys, you can probably figure out, like even just physically, like, sucks, but I'm not going to outlast these 49 other guys.
Right. You see me, 6'5", 280. I ain't lasting long. Mile 4, I'm out.
And then
you got the tank in the wingspan.
3 steps an hour, baby.
Taking 3 steps to every one of yours.
Right. I'd be pissed.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then McFreeze at the start is saying, it was interesting too, his speech about, hey, look at me. Physically, I could win this thing. But then he starts talking about the enraged mothers lifting cars and all that, and he's like, I don't have it in me. Mm-hmm. I don't care enough. I don't want this enough. So, and he's like, I know that when it gets down to it, and you've been walking for 3 days, you're running on absolutely nothing. It has to just be something primal within you to keep going, and I don't have that.
Yeah, their motivations were very well thought out. They're all very complete characters, which I appreciate. They all had a story to tell, and I think that's what made it easy to care for them and care about them. In the book, the walkers were required to maintain a speed of 4 miles an hour, but Stephen King said, let's change it to 3 for the movie because that's more unrealistic. That's more realistic.
Okay. I was going to say, what a weird change, but I do remember thinking, like, hearing 3 miles an hour, I was like, whatever. And then watching them, I was like, that is tough. Like, it's not like hard, but it's tough as the longer it goes. You're like, oh my gosh, they have to keep walking at this. It's like, it's kind of a brisk walk.
Yeah.
Like 3 miles an hour is like a very mildly brisk walk.
Yep.
You can't just stroll.
Yep. It's like my cool down on a treadmill is like 3 miles an hour. Yeah.
Yeah. 4 miles an hour would be uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Probably like harder to act and talk too, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. What other moments stood out to you?
Well, how far are we going here? Are we talking about? Okay.
You're talking about
the death of the Native American kid.
Mm-hmm.
He was another one who he was down in the last few. It was like top 4 or 5, something in that range.
Yep.
Yeah.
And again, he's fit. He could have won this thing just going off of physicality. But he decided he was done. Unless I'm misremembering, it was just kind of after a conversation he decided.
He like walked up to a guy.
He was going to make a statement.
He got mad for some. Yeah,
I think someone else got killed.
I can't remember if he. Yeah, I think it was right after another death.
Yeah,
or like pretty quick after, and he just said "fuck this shit," and I think almost literally, and yeah, he killed he
got one.
Yeah, I don't know if you want it, but he managed to grab a gun and shoot one of the soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
and like probably took him with him.
Oh, he did.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, he definitely killed a soldier. They have armed soldiers going with them. They have a armed jeep with a machine gun out the front, and coming up on the rear, they literally have a tank.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And he got blasted.
Yeah, he did. There was that
But
one
again in the stomach.
Yeah, and they left him.
Yeah.
There was that one kid who like
He
like fell under the
That's right.
tank. Ugh,
yeah, that was
that was
awful.
a rough one. Yeah.
To like finish that
Yeah.
the Native American character, he got shot in the stomach and like resilient, like, or defiant to the end, grabs the gun again, and you don't like know if he's going to try to shoot the other soldier, and he shoots himself.
Yep. That was wild. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Went out on his own terms at the end.
Yeah.
Speaking of Barkovich, the douchebag of the group,
Oh,
he seems a little off. He's kind of talking to himself sometimes, hits himself in the head, kind of seems like he's a loner, tough life kind of kid. He just talks shit because I think that's how he thinks he can fit in with this group. And there's a kid the first kid that dies is basically because he talks shit so much to him that he gets pissed off and like falls and can't get back up in time, and like scrapes himself up really hard on the pavement and gets killed. So they call Barkovich a killer the whole rest of the movie. And towards the end, he's like, I just want to be in your group, because they're talking about Ben, who died. He turns out he had a wife, and they're like, hey, if one of us makes it, the last 5, we're going to give some of our money to the widow so she can be okay. And Barkovich doesn't get asked if he's in on it. Everyone else does. And he goes up to Raymond Garrity, and he's like, hey, man, I just want to be a part of your group. Just, ask McGreevy to invite me. I want to do this too. I do it. And he's like kind of saying that, and like they're starting to kind of take him in, and then he like kind of freaks out again and starts hitting himself, and then he kind of like runs to the front of everybody, and he's holding the spoon the whole time, and he goes, you'll remember me, or like it's basically like, you're going to remember this because I have to remember like the kid I killed, so you're going to remember me. And he just stabs himself in the neck with a spoon a bunch of times and dies right in front of him. And it was just, oh boy, that was tough.
yeah, and it was, you see him degrading over time. Like, he starts out cocky and he's being a dick, and he's already like, everyone doesn't like him, and that's clearly like bugging him even more.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, this is what I meant, like pushing these things to the extreme. Like, bullies like that, usually, they don't really have any impact.
Mm-hmm.
And like, he gets someone killed, and then everyone absolutely hates him.
Yes.
And like, just think about like, you're probably gonna die, and this is your last like day on Earth, and you're just surrounded by a group of people who like rightly hate you. And yeah, so I think that's by the end, he's saying like he just doesn't want to. I think part of it, he says something to the effect of like not wanting to be remembered as an asshole, or a dick or something. And like, yeah, like I think that's the is Peter his name, the main character, the black character, not Gary.
Yes.
Peter McGreeves.
Yep.
Peter, when he's the one who's like saying like, well, I'll give it to his wife. And I think him not even considering asking him is like the final straw.
Yeah.
Of just like, he's realizing he's just like not even human to them.
Yeah.
Or like they wouldn't even think that he would have a shred of empathy, essentially.
Yeah.
And yeah, like he sucked, but like that's so hard. Like I'm just so hard to imagine being that in that situation.
For sure.
Just like being irredeemable and knowing that's how you're going out.
Yeah. One of the other characters that ends up in the top 3, we learn about his backstory at the end. He's like never sick. He's this like he's like built for this thing, basically. Like he should win this if you look at him. His name is Stebbins. And he gets towards the end, it's raining, he's sick, he can't take it anymore. And he tells them that they start talking about like what wish they want to have, and his is one of the last that we find out about. And all he wants is to be invited to the marshal?
The major.
The major's home, because he is a bastard of the major. And at the very beginning, the major says something to him like, hey, good luck, son. And he's like the only one that he says it to, and it kind of You notice
Yeah.
it. You notice it for sure.
Definitely stood out right away.
Yeah.
He's giving everyone their number.
Yeah.
When he gives Stebbins his number, he goes, "Good luck, son."
Yeah. And it's because he is his son.
Wild.
And yeah, his wish is just to be invited into his home, hang out with his dad. And that's wild. Speaking of dads, Raymond's dad is basically, if you watch the show Silo, he's one of the ones that would have like the artifacts, and he's not supposed to, and he does all that kind of stuff.
Oh, sure.
And he gets caught by the police and the major takes him out of his house in front of Raymond and his mom, Raymond's mom, his wife, and tells him, hey, you can renounce all of your old habits and, salute the regime, or you can die right now. And he stands up and says, he looks at Raymond and says, remember who you are, and takes a bullet to the head. And Raymond remembers that his whole life, obviously, and tells Peter that his wish is going to be for a carbine. He wants one of the guns, and he's going to shoot the major. That's how he's going to get his revenge. And Peter tries to talk him out of it. Peter talks about, like, look at the beauty in the people. People can be terrible around you, but that doesn't mean like he's basically like trying to find the good in people. And we find out later it's because Peter's life is just shit. Like, he is beaten, abused. Both his parents are dead. Like, he's living with his alcoholic uncle for a while, gets sent to like an orphanage, and he's basically been living on his own since he was 10. And he gets in fights and scars and all this stuff. And he is kind of at the point now where he's like, it's not worth the battles. It's not worth the thinking like that. You gotta, stay chipper. And he is the one that I think keeps everybody going a lot longer than they would have been. He like holds McGarry up while he's sleeping and walking at the same time.
Certainly Garrity.
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah.
And then we get to the ending. It's down to Peter and Raymond, as we all expected from probably the start of the movie. And this is where it's different than the book. We're not going to talk about the book ending, but we're going to talk about the movie ending. Garrity is one of the last two. He's starting to kind of lose pace. McGreeves sees it, and McGreeves just stops walking in the middle of the road. And Garrity goes back to him and says, yo, no. Just walk a couple more minutes with me. And Garrity must already have 2 strikes.
They both are done.
Yeah. And McGreeves is talking with him. Garrity's got his hand on his back. He's behind him. He's telling him, yeah, man, I got this. Just a couple more miles with me. Just keep walking. And McGreeves' thing is about moments. He keeps talking about moments. Like, that's what gets him through each day, is like, all right, let's think about the next moment we're getting to. And Garrity stops walking behind him. And it's his strike. And he gets killed. And McGreeves wins. And Garrity tells him right before he dies, he goes, I couldn't see what you saw, so you should win. So I thought that was really important. Like, Garrity was told about how like good the world could be and all this stuff, and he couldn't see that. So he didn't want to take that from McGreeves. And McGreeves was talking about doing good things with the money and wanted to help orphans and give back. And he's like, we need people like this, is what Garrity was thinking. Like, Garrity winning would help Garrity because he'd be able to kill the major, but he thought McGreeves winning would help everybody. And then he thought that was better. So he went with that. And then McGreeves gets his wish, and he wishes for a carbine and shoots the major and walks away. And that's the end of the movie. I, in the moment, did not like that ending at all. It felt very out of character. It felt unnecessary, and it felt like not good. But I think after a day or two on sitting on it, I'm like, okay, I get it. I get why you did it.
You do get it, but it's still very bleak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the whole ending is that, he wins because he's the one that can see the good and can see the positive. And because of that, Garrity let McGreeves win, essentially.
Yep.
Like, sacrificed himself.
Yep. And
then he immediately gives that up. So, I don't know. It almost undercuts the nice speech of, you can see it, I can't see it. That's why you got to win. And then, but instead of Garrity seeing the positive, then it ends up with McVree's succumbing to Garrity's point of view in the end.
Right.
And I don't know, the ending shows him just walking away. But you have to imagine, like, I don't know, you just have to imagine there's not like a happy ending out of this. They're not just going to let him go because of this.
Right. Yeah. Right.
They make a passing argument. He says when Garrity is telling Peter about his wish and says like that's what he's going to do. And he says like, it's unprecedented, like the winner, taking out his wish like that, like, they don't know what they would do, but
yeah,
I agree, like that it seems unlikely
to
end well.
Yeah, they do mention the rules of the wishes at some point. Like you can't change policy, you can't like change a rule or a government or anything. So one kid wished for a pet elephant and got one. Another kid Arthur was gonna go to the moon. He wanted a spaceship and go to the moon. So it was like, kid stuff. Makes sense.
Yeah. I also did not like the ending. Still stewing on it right now. I'd say I don't like it. Very curious about the book.
Uh-huh.
I agree. Like it was, went from something that's like bleak but uplifting to something that was bleak with like still being bleak.
Yeah, it's like the bleakness got to
we haven't. Yeah. We've talked. We haven't like spent an overly long time talking about like Peter McVree's, like you mentioned his outlook, but like that is really what carries the emotional weight of the movie is Peter and Garrity's friendship, and Peter basically telling Garrity how he sees life and why how he sees the positive and how he sees the beauty in the world.
I think it was
he sees the beauty of everything as they go by, and he's in this world that's entirely bleak. And not just economically and culturally, but even on a very literal level, as they're trudging through the Midwest. I can't remember.
I don't remember. Honestly, it's probably Maine because that's Stephen King's thing, but I don't know.
Oh, right.
It looks like it's hot,
like
so I don't
Maine,
know.
Though.
Yeah. At any rate, it's very literally like it's a desolate. It seems like it's some sort of desolate wasteland that they're wandering through.
Yeah.
And when they do pass through a town, it's run down shacks and it's not looking good, and yet everywhere they go Peter's seeing beautiful things and pointing them out.
It takes place in the book. It's from the border of Maine through New Hampshire and into Massachusetts. So Freeport, Maine. Yep. All right, it was.
You are right to always bet that, but
just the dead of summer apparently because they were sweating.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Even the people from like the South were sweating. I was like, okay, Maine.
Yeah,
it's the 70s. I don't think we fucked up the ozone that much, but maybe in the dystopian world we did. Yeah,
right.
I give this movie 8 out of 10. I put it above Eddington and below Bring Her Back from the 2025 releases that I've seen. So it is number 9 on my list right now. Jake, how do you feel about it?
I probably land this at a 7, but a pretty positive 7. I think I would recommend everybody see this movie once, unless it's not like a crazy gory movie, but that would about be the only reason. If I know someone just doesn't want to see, there are some brutal deaths in here, and they do show it. Even if they don't linger on it, they show it.
You see it immediately.
The first one is like, I would say it's very shocking. Like the first one to show you that this is happening.
If you get to the
and then they kind of start to cut away.
If you get to the first one and you can't take it, stop.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I don't know that I'd watch this movie again.
Nope.
I think you get everything out of it from one watch. You can watch it to appreciate the performances.
Sure.
I think they're all strong.
Sure.
But from a movie perspective, I got everything I needed out of this after one viewing, and for me, that's why it'd be a 7.
I also think it would like stick with me longer than most movies would because of the impact it had emotionally. and like how well it was presented. But you're right, I don't think I'd get much more out of a second watch because it was so well presented the first time. And there's not a lot to like dive into. There's not any Easter eggs to look for. There's not, it's not a fun watch necessarily. There are fun moments. But like it's, Stephen King coming of age depression dystopian story. We've seen it. It's great every time he does it. And this one is also really good. But yeah, I would agree. I would, if my parents wanted something to watch with me and they hadn't seen this movie, that'd be like the reason I would watch it again. I think that's about it. Yeah. Nate, how do you feel?
8 out of 10, and I would watch it one more time. I don't know if it's like a rewatch all the time, like a favorite movie.
It's not Paprika.
No. Because of what you said, like it's not like absorbing all these details, and you watch it again, and you're like, surprised by it.
Yeah.
But I think I would be interested in watching it again from the beginning, based on how I was feeling by the end. Particularly with all of Peter's stuff. Because it becomes deeper. Like at the beginning, it kind of seems like a strategy to like become friends, like get a buddy, basically a walking buddy.
Yep.
And stick with it, and he's just kind of keeping morale up. But by the end, it becomes a very, I don't know, to me like I said, thing about like how to go through life.
It's like a character trait of his.
Yeah,
I feel like that's how he's lived his whole life at this point, or at least that's how he lives his life now. Up like before the long walk, he lived like this for a little bit of time. Because of his life situation. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
the long walk. Anything else y'all want to talk about for the long walk?
I think that about covers it. Stephen King, man can write.
Yeah.
He's so prolific that he comes out with some duds.
Sure.
I'm not going to say everything he writes is a masterpiece, but he is a master author, and I think this story is, one, a great example of that, and two, I'm just impressed. This is such a good story to put to a movie.
Yes. But if you pitched it to somebody, it doesn't sound like it. You know what I mean? And it really works way better than it should have. And I think that's a huge credit to the dialogue and the performance.
I think it's just not plot driven. It's
those are and conversation driven,
hitter or misser, but like when they hit, they hit.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I always feel like the biggest issue of turning a book into a movie is you have to cut out so much. And I haven't read the book. I have read into and of the book.
Yeah.
But as far as I can tell, book like there's not really much to cut out.
Right.
Question: have either of you ever read a Stephen King book?
I read a few of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I was curious. I don't think I really have, and it's funny you saying like that he's the master author. Taylor has read a few, and I feel like she's pretty hit or miss.
Yeah.
On how good they are. Like his most recent one, she actually really didn't like. I think she stopped reading it.
Oh wow.
So I'm curious to read this. And some other ones that I know I like, but
I'm usually hooked.
Yeah, it's. Oh, God.
I'm usually hooked in the first 50 pages on a Stephen King book, and I know I'm going to like it. And then I hate the last 20 pages every time. Even if I love the book, I hate the last 20 pages. He just goes like a little too long, and I don't like it. There's like an end, and I'm like, this is perfect, and then just keeps going for another 20 pages. I'm like, didn't need that.
I feel like It famously has this problem.
Boy, does it.
Pretty fucked up, weird shit going on.
The Outsider did it. Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I guess more... It made me think, like, Stephen King is, like, indisputably, like, a master of coming up with these ideas.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of curious to see. That's why I wanted to know if you'd read them or seen them, of, like, whether it is him coming up with like the scaffolding and people taking and adapting his work into these like master movies, or whether the books are that good too.
I like the books that I've read. I have really enjoyed. I don't think there's only 2 books I didn't finish, and it's just because I think I wasn't in a good reading, like I wasn't in a good reading habit to start them. It's like It and The Shining.
Yeah.
They're kind of long. I wasn't ready for a 500-page book. Like I should have started with like a 100-page book and like gotten there. But yeah. Nate watched his Academy Award punishment movie. Do you want to give us about 3 to 5 minutes about the Passion of the Christ?
Not really. Here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. This movie was probably the least for me, which is why we picked it as my punishment movie.
Yeah.
But I complained to you guys
Just
like that.
I want to set the scene real quick. It's Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ, just in case you forgot from 10 months ago. Yeah, Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ is what Nate had to watch.
Like when I say this movie wasn't for me, this movie was not like about Christ and his teachings. It was, like, to be clear, he is like atheist who does not care at all. But like it wasn't even like, oh, here's like, what was going on, here is his teachings. They don't care about that. This movie is just a portrayal of the Passion, of just him getting tortured and killed. And as someone with not a strong emotional attachment to that story, and it was just watching a guy get brutally tortured for 2 hours, like with no plot. It was torture to watch.
Yeah.
Like this feels like homework for diehard Christians who are like, you need to understand what Jesus went through for you. It is not just for someone to enjoy a movie. It is not a movie. It is just a portrayal of this thing. And that was not fun to watch.
That's rough.
I don't think anyone would say it's fun to watch, but it was not rewarding to watch in any way, shape, or form for me.
March 26, 2027, put on your calendar, The Resurrection of Christ Part 1 comes out. It is the second installment of this now trilogy of Mel Gibson's for the Passion of the Christ story.
Have either of you watched it? I don't know. I assume not.
I saw The Passion, like back when it was... I don't think I saw it in theaters. But
oof, that would be a rough theater watch, I feel like.
I know I saw it when it was like...
contemporary?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so don't come at me, anyone watching this. Who cares? I doubt. Like, okay, it was, the whatever. They there's like a 1 minute like portrayal of the resurrection at the end, and I laughed. Like it was not just this. It was really dumb.
Oh.
It was just ridiculous.
Just like
for no reason. It felt like tacked on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even remember
like
what
moved the rock, and then he was like,
the rock moves.
Yeah.
Pan to the like slab with him in the shroud, and the shroud like is empty and it goes, and then like fade in half screen on just his face.
Oh god.
And he's just like, I'm Jesus, like just like coming in like this, and then just like and then that's it, the end. And I laughed so hard. Like the whole movie, I was so like, to be clear, as my punishment, my phone was across the room. I sat there in the dark and watched this movie, and I was dead serious. I was trying to give it a chance. I was hating my life. And then like it ends, like he's dead. And then the resurrection part comes, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
I think
like right at the end just got me out of nowhere.
Do you think it would have been better if that was like a post-credit scene?
Absolutely. Ooh. Jesus will return.
I also lost, so I'll be watching Hereditary probably this week. Phone off in the dark. And I'll be going to therapy
Abby
because
will
of it.
At some point jump out.
Oh my god. She just has to stand like near the seat, like on a stool in a corner, and I'll fucking piss my pants. Did Taylor watch this?
No.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah, she shouldn't be punished for your bad choices. Yeah.
She came in, she was at work.
Okay.
She came in like in the last 30 minutes where
is he up on the cross at that point or not yet?
He's up. I think he's on the cross.
Is he getting stabbed in the chest
and
yet?
Just like not yet.
Okay.
But yeah.
Grew up Catholic, so I know a lot of these steps.
That was I was like, oh, that part was weird too. When he got stabbed, the Roman soldiers like looking up, and he's getting sprayed with like a fountain of blood, and he's just like he goes like this, and just is like getting sprayed with blood, and I was like, what is happening? It was another like what the fuck moment.
Tarantino
it was the first
directed
one.
it.
And he goes, "Oh, that's a Bordeaux."
Somebody hands him a cracker.
There's like 3 flashbacks that show like 30 seconds of the story of Jesus, and one of them is him like doing the Last Supper and being like, this bread is my flesh and the blood is my wine, or the wine is my blood. It's that, and they show like 2 sentences from the Sermon on the Mount, and they show him telling Judas and Peter that they're gonna betray him and deny him. I think that's all we get
of
the hits. The story. Other than that, it's just torture the entire time. Literally the entire the flogging scene is like 20 minutes uninterrupted.
Jesus Christ.
It's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like it was both boring and obscene. Like it was just nothing else was happening. Well, there was a fucking weird Satan character like hissing and like walking around, but like other than that, it's just him getting flogged for 20 minutes straight. That. Yeah, it's weird.
And the fact that nobody was like, the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah. I remember some reviews just saying like, I can't get past like bald, like androgynous Satan holding hairy demon baby. Like I don't think that was in the book. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think that one might have been cut from the
Creative Liberties.
The last one.
Right. Be sure to check out the prequel, The Carpenter's Son.
Oh, there you go. Here are the letterbox reviews. Number 1, some jackass at the theater gave away the ending. The Jesus Christ Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, here we go. Jesus Christ will return in Avengers Endgame. Fucked up if true. Pretty good movie, but if you brought your kid to see this when it came out, you're 100% a psychopath.
You know what's fucked up is how many parents definitely took their kids.
Made them. They like, you can't see Harry Potter because it's dark magic, but we're watching this. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, this is...
And I'm not like arguing against this part, but like it was so weird. Like the Roman soldiers are just like cackling while they're doing it. Like I like fucked up if true. Like if this happened, I truly believe that they were like stoic. I can't imagine a person doing. I can imagine a person being an asshole and taking pleasure in like caning or whipping someone. I'm sure it happened a lot.
Yeah.
But what that was fucked up. Yeah. Like I can't, like they're like literally like cackling like hyenas the entire time. Just be like, ha, ha, ha. Like it's satanic and it's really fucking weird.
Ugh. I would be remiss if I didn't go back to The Long Walk for a minute to do the letterbox reviews of The Long Walk. But before I do, Nate, any final thoughts on the Lord and Savior of Jesus Christ?
I regret going this hard on my choice for my punishment.
Remember that for this next. I think the next one we should pick each other's.
I'm thinking something that's going to be like, oh, that sounds weird and dumb.
We got to pick each other's.
This is going to be torture.
We got to pick each other's punishment. I think for this year. We gotta, we got to do. Well,
I think that's a good.
I'm not watching the Resurrection.
It's 2 years from now. We'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. By then we'll be on Netflix, so we'll have to watch it.
I will say kudos to the Passion of the Christ for using Aramaic and Hebrew.
Oh yeah,
and making people read subtitles while they speak ancient languages.
That's big.
Well,
you know what's really weird?
Hebrew's contemporary.
I was reading all kinds of shit about this, mostly because I was curious about Mel Gibson's anti-Semitism, how early it set on for this movie. But I saw something. This was in there. It was like the AI summary of like the Passion criticisms. And it said, like, some people didn't like that it was Aramaic with subtitles. And it said Mel Gibson was against there being subtitles originally.
Oh, yeah, Apocalypto. He did that.
He wanted it to just be in Aramaic.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't have a plot, so fair enough.
To be fair, you don't need any dialogue to understand what's happening in this movie. But...
Yeah. Well, he saw 2001: A Space Odyssey and heard that Stanley Kubrick took out the narration. He was like, I'm going to fucking do that, dude. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah. As I said, I'm like, if there's one movie you don't need the narration for,
Yeah,
or like any dialogue, like it's crystal clear what's happening in this movie.
We can hear you grunt.
It would probably be improved by removing the dialogue.
Passion of the Christ. Let's go back to the long walk real quick for Letterboxd reviews, and then we'll do our game, which is going to be movie draft of Stephen King adaptations. Get ready. Here are the reviews. We as a society simply have to make sure that Mr. Beast does not ever watch this film.
Oh, man.
Or Trump.
Or Trump. Yeah.
Talk about people that are probably messed up psychopaths.
Oof. Yeah. Showing up to do this in Converse is insane. Had to pee the entire screening, so I guess I'm kind of with them in spirit. I don't know. I'd be the guy dying because he has to shit. I know the long walk would hate to see Forrest Gump coming. The Hunger Games ran so this could walk. A rage baiter like me would have had the prize wrapped up by mile 3. Thought it was about walking, then came the poop plot twist. All right, so we have a trivia question to decide the order. Nate and Jake are going to be the ones playing this game because I have the answer in front of me. This book, The Long Walk, was originally written, it's by Stephen King, but it was under a pen name of Richard Bachman, who also is the pen name of The Running Man, another Stephen King movie that might come up in our chat. So the first edition, paperback, how many pages was The Long Walk?
Okay.
Yes.
Closest, the tiebreaker will be Price is Right rules. Just to be clear ahead of time, Nate. It's the last time you did not appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you being clear ahead of time.
No problem. And 3, 2, 1.
275.
It is 384. Nate gets to pick the order. So the categories are box office, Academy Award wins, Academy Award nominees, Letterboxd review with an IMDb top 250 bonus, Letterboxd review count high, and Letterboxd review low. Nate, where would you like to pick in this? You want number 3. Nate takes third. Jake? Nate gets to pick where you're going. Where's Jake going to go?
Jake can be on the top.
Jake's first.
We keep putting him in the middle, and he keeps winning.
He does.
I'm just going to see if we can put him on the top and screw it.
He does. I took the last one and the one before that, to be fair. But Jake has won every other one outside of that.
Well, that reasoning will put you in the. I feel like the middle is the rough spot. So because you won, we'll put you there.
It really
also experimentally putting Jake first.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a list here from Rotten Tomatoes with the 68 Stephen King movies that have been adapted. First pick is box office with Jake. I'll read off some of the movies here as Jake is looking. We have The Long Walk, obviously. Carrie, Stand By Me, 1922, which was, I believe, a Netflix movie. It looked pretty good. Gerald's Game, also a Netflix movie by Mr. Flanagan. Misery, great movie. The Shawshank Redemption. The Dead Zone, starring Christopher Walken, by the way. Crazy. Directed by David Cronenberg.
Walken.
I'm very curious about all these movies I haven't heard of that are ranked above The Green Mile.
I know.
Like there's 5 or 6 of them.
Dolores,
all right.
Dolores Claiborne, It, The Shinnin, The Life of Chuck, 1408, which is I think it's off of The Shining, maybe. Can't remember. The Green Mile, The Monkey, Dr. Sleep, The Mist. We watched that.
Oh.
The book ending is different on that one too.
Classic.
Christine, The Running Man, whole bunch of stuff. Jake, do you have one picked out or box office?
I do. I actually had this one kind of picked out early because I was thinking about this when you first told us what the game would be.
Mm-hmm.
And Stephen King has had some pretty big movies hit the box office, but the only one that I can think of that was pretty big and recent is It.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one I'm going to go with.
It's a great choice. I'm going to follow your lead and go It Chapter 2.
Fuck. I was hoping you'd try to change it up.
Nope. I'm not dumb. And remember, we're not doing inflation or anything. It's just whatever the number was when it was out. So, Nate, Life of Chuck came out like last year, 2024.
Yeah, and I haven't heard of it.
All right, well, Tom Hiddleston's in it. Can't be that bad, right? The Monkey came out in 2025.
Sure,
That looked good. Directed by Oz Perkins of Longlegs. Might be a good one.
Huh.
Heard it's good. Doctor Sleep had Ewan McGregor, directed by Mike Flanagan.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide between just saying screw it and going with The Long Walk because it was this year, or going with Doctor Sleep because I think that was pretty big.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with Doctor Sleep.
Doctor Sleep it is.
I think it did well. I don't remember.
Now, Nate gets the first crack at Academy Award wins. I think this is where
why I picked it.
Yeah, it's gonna be really quick.
Shawshank,
yep.
baby.
All right, there you go.
I was worried that one of you was going to pick it for box office, which I would have been pissed for screwing me out of it, but also laugh because I know from the What Went Wrong podcast that Shawshank did not do well in theaters.
It tanked.
Oh,
yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, it absolutely tanked.
It had a horrible time.
It's such a like it's one of those movies that you can just tell anyone to watch it because it's so good and everyone will love it.
Yeah, and it's the number. Yeah. It's been the number one movie on top 250 like for years.
It made its money back doing like VCR sales, like it exploded. But they said like part of it was just like the name, like people didn't know what this was. It was different time. The internet didn't exist, so word didn't spread as fast, and people were just like not interested.
Yeah,
it's funny because I noticed as you scroll down to the bottom of this list, a lot more of the titles are Stephen King's whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these people knew what they were making, and they knew they better add Stephen King's name to the front of it.
They really had to try to get people to go see this. Yeah, exactly. I am going to go, so I have two in mind, and I think the one I'm going to pick is better for nominations, but I'm going to roll the dice, and I'm going to say The Green Mile. I think it was one of those that was nominated for a bunch but didn't win a lot. But I'm just hoping like not Ving Rhames. Tom Hanks might have won, or God, what's his name?
Just because you wouldn't get a chance for nominees if you let it go.
Yes, I don't think it would come back to me because Jake has two straight, and I don't think it would come back to me. Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan. That's who I was thinking of. All right, Jake, 2 in a row. Academy Award wins and Academy Award nominees. Who are you going to go with? Who are you going to call?
So, I'm not going to lie. We're pretty... Ooh.
You found it.
Okay. The Shining.
Okay.
I'll take for... I don't know what one here, if anything. I'm going to go with The Shining for wins.
Okay.
I didn't have two. I'm just going off of this website that we're reading off of. It says it has standout performance from James Caan and Kathy Bates. I'm going to go with Misery.
That was my other one. Damn.
Nice.
Misery is so good.
It's
I have not
unbelievable.
Seen Misery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
one of those things where like there's one scene that you think about, I don't know,
constantly,
once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of wake up and you're like, oh God.
Oh God.
I'm gonna take a risk and say that Stand By Me was probably nominated for something. Rob Reiner did it. Yeah, I think I could have got.
That was my pick for Letterboxd review. Like, wasn't even gonna think.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Fun. I saw it during at Alamo in Minneapolis. They used to have a brewery come in and do hopped up cinema, it was called, where they'd pick a movie. The brewery would pick a movie. You'd get a 16-ounce, like a pint glass you got to take home, and you buy like 5 shooters of beer, different beers, and then a pint of a beer. And it was unbelievably fun. And you got a little like postcard looking thing of like the movie, and it was great.
You can take the shooters and then decide what beer that you want out of it?
No, you get the big beer no matter what. All the beers are set ahead of time.
Okay.
Yeah, but you get to kind of taste all the beers that they have, and they always give you like the most popular one. So like you got really good selection of beers. Yeah, it was nice. And it's like a half hour away from where we lived at the time, and my God, that Uber home was hilarious every time. I'd be like, hey, can you pull over and get a rotisserie chicken? Because I'm hungry. All right, Nate. Let's clean up the Academy Award nominees. Who are you going to get? I gave you enough time.
I'm just going to throw it out and try Life of Chuck. Maybe it did something.
Sure, yeah.
It's high on this list, so
sure.
Who knows?
Yep.
For letterbox review. I'm gonna do Carrie 1976.
Good choice. Good choice. I'm shooting for a top 250 movie. I'm gonna look. I don't think there are any left, but I'm gonna double check. I don't think there are because I think we just picked them all. I think the ones that were there were Green Mile, The Shining, and Shawshank for sure. I feel like Misery could. No, I don't think Misery was there.
I feel like Stand By Me might have been.
Yeah, you're probably right. Actually, that could be.
Bastard.
Oof. So I have a problem. I think I like a couple of these movies, and I don't think everyone else did. But I do think you picked a really high one. Letterboxd review. I'm gonna go with. God, I usually like to pick ones I've seen. Is my problem, and that's not always a good idea. Oh boy. I'm gonna go Dr. Sleep. I saw that. It was pretty good.
Pick Dr. Sleep.
What?
I already took Dr.
Oh,
Sleep.
you did.
Box office.
God dang it.
Revenge.
No, I got. All right, I'll pick one I haven't seen yet, but I did want to see. I'm gonna go 1922.
Yeah, I've never
Nice.
heard that one.
I was hoping you wouldn't take mine.
And did I?
And then you didn't, and then when Nate's like, actually, I was like, fuck you, Nate. But you still didn't take mine.
Okay.
I'm gonna take The Long Walk.
Oh, that's a great choice. Yeah, that was good. What about review count high? So what movie has been reviewed the most?
Okay. We have, unless I'm missing one, very much run out of ones that I would kind of call a shoe-in.
Yeah.
For popular / good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just probably try and go with one that I feel. Oh wait, I swear Nate took it earlier. Okay, yep, he did. Okay,
Which one was it?
Carrie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I feel. Okay, give me The Children of the Corn.
Okay, which year?
Interesting.
That's another one because there's a lot of them, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the one that I have seen,
Okay.
which I would guess is 84.
84. It is a good movie. I liked it. I mean, it's
is that the
campy.
first Children of the Corn?
Yeah.
It looks like there's a lot of sequels and then 2 remakes.
Yeah, it gets bad. But the original's fun, I thought. I mean, it's a bad movie, but it's fun. Yeah. That's a good choice. I like that. I am gonna go with Jake's play from the last couple times. I'm gonna go with a movie that had a recent remake. So I'm gonna go with The Running Man.
The old one.
The old one.
Yeah, the new one's not even out yet, right?
It is out. I've seen it. It's great. The Running Man,
interested.
1987. Yeah, Edgar Wright did it. It's pretty good. Glenn Powell.
That was the main thing that got me interested in possibly seeing it.
It's good. It's different than it's a different kind of like storyline than the OG with Schwarzenegger, but it's more towards the book from what I hear. Abby just bought the book because she liked it so much, so we'll find out. All right, Nate, Letterboxd review count high. What are you going to go with?
Do the original It movie, right?
That's a show,
1990?
but yes, you can do it.
Well, oh, really?
You can do it. It's fine.
Well,
It might be in there.
is it on
Wait,
Letterboxd?
is that different
It
than
is a
the
TV miniseries. Interesting.
Let me look.
Okay.
My
just look.
experience as a child was watching it as a 2 VCR set.
It's in
like,
there. It's in
2
there.
VHS set. I thought it was a movie.
You're good. You're good.
Oh, it's on
in there.
Letterboxd?
It's on
All right,
Letterboxd.
I will take it then.
It is. It's a made-for-TV movie. It's a 2-parter. Yeah, so you got it.
Got it.
How about Letterboxd review low?
All right, now we're going to like all these remakes that are 0%.
What's
on
the
Rotten
worst
Tomatoes.
one you can think of? I have 2 in mind, and I hope you don't take either of them.
Well, it's kind of like, are some of them so ridiculous that like people don't even care?
That's the key. You got to find the sweet spot of like. Yeah, I won't tell I won't say too much because I want to keep mine safe.
Yeah, same. I have a strategy with the one that I think I'm gonna pick.
And I think
here,
I'm gonna take
so.
yours, Jake.
Okay.
You might, but we might have a different strategy about it.
I don't think so. I think we're thinking the same thing. Nate has no idea. Nate's gonna pick fucking.
I don't know what you guys are going for.
Nate's gonna pick Creep Show 3. That's like 6.
I'm never gonna win anyway. I'm gonna take Children of the Corn 2009.
There you go. That's a good choice because it's not the one I was thinking of. Jake, let me explain what I'm going to do, and then you tell me if it's what you were thinking. So I like to go for ones that have a giant fandom that people are very excited for, and then it absolutely shits the bed. Is that what you're thinking? All right.
Yep.
I'm going with 2017's The Dark Tower.
Yep.
People wanted that to be the best thing ever. It had Idris Elba. It had Matthew McConaughey. People wanted to make that movie forever. It was like Dune. That was like one of those movies that like people just kept trying to make, and then finally got made and it shit the bed. People hated it. So I think that's going to have a lot of vitriol on the internet. Jake, what's your second choice?
Okay. So I debated going with The Children of the Corn. My thought process here is you don't want to pick. So the OG Children of the Corn apparently had 5. That was a 5-parter before they rebooted it.
Sick.
I don't think you want to go deep into that because I think people quit watching it, right?
Right.
You want to pick the shitty movie that makes them quit watching it. Anyone who's made it through the 4 Children of the Corns is not picky about Children of the Corn 5.
That's very true. God, you're smart. This guy.
So I'm shifting completely. I mostly want to see. I know nothing about this movie, never even heard of it or its prequel. I want to see what people on Letterboxd will say. What is Lawnmower Man 2 Beyond Cyberspace?
I was literally just looking at that and I wanted to mention the name of it if you didn't pick it because it sounds unbelievable. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yep, I know nothing about it. I want to see what the people on Letterboxd will say.
Lawnmower Man 2 Beyond Cyberspace.
Like,
I mean, I love the first sentence here.
I thought you were going to say I love the first one.
No.
Right? Oh, I didn't know there was a sequel.
Dude, Lawnmower Man's a classic.
Job exists as a malevolent consciousness in virtual reality and seeks to discover the technology to hack into all the world's computers.
Lawnmower Man 1 is number 40. The Lawnmower Man suffers from a predictable melodramatic script, and its once groundbreaking visual effects look dated today. The eccentric Dr. Lawrence Angelo puts mentally disabled landscaper Job Smith on a regimen of experimental pills and computer-simulated training. We're watching this trailer after this podcast is over. Oh boy, Pierce Brosnan's in it. Huh. All right, box office. Let's start there. It. Jake, that's a great pick. I really think that did well. 2017, Bill Skarsgård, Finn Wolfhard. Ooh.
Wait, Finn, the Stranger Things kid?
Yeah, he's in it. 320.
He plays one of the kids.
328 million domestic.
That's
pretty good.
I genuinely would think that I beat this
I do
category. Too. I think it probably outperformed Chapter 2.
Yeah, mine was 211 mil.
Okay.
And I'm guessing Nate's was like 70.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of faith.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like if we were doing this adjusted for inflation, I think it would still be high on the list, but I think some of these others might beat it out.
31 mil for Dr. Sleep.
I thought you were writing 3-1 something. I was like, okay,
No.
and then he just stopped.
No. Number 1 all time for Stephen King is It. Number 2 is It Chapter 2. Number 3 is The Green Mile. Number 4 is 1408.
Wow, okay.
Misery, Pet Sematary twice. The 2019 and the 1989. Stand By Me, The Dark Tower, Secret Window, The Shining, The Running Man, Carrie, Dreamcatcher, The Lawnmower Man made more than Dr. Sleep.
Didn't care about this movie at all, so I thought it did okay.
Yeah.
But apparently not.
No, I would have thought it did better than The Lawnmower Man.
Maybe people liked Lawnmower Man, and Lawnmower Man 2 disappointed them. I could have struck gold here.
Dude, you might have hit the lawnmower gold.
Bullshit.
Listen, the mentally disabled guy in the first one was believable. This one, though,
Yeah.
couldn't even get behind it. Okay. Now we're going to Academy Award wins. Jake took The Shinin. I love saying that. It's from The Simpsons. You want us to get sued? The Shinin. Rated number 66 all time in the top 250, but has no Academy Award nominations.
Wins.
So it also has no wins.
Well,
yeah. But yes, you're correct. That is the category.
Makes me glad my arbitrary choice of putting one and the other one there hopefully pays off.
Yeah, I think you might. Next up, Academy Award wins for me is The Green Mile. God, I hope Tom Hanks won. It is number 25 for best movie ever. It has
adapted screenplay?
4 nominations, including adapted screenplay, best picture, best supporting actor, and best sound, but 0 wins. So me and Jake are tied.
Lead 1.
Yep.
You're telling me the sound effect of belching a swarm of flies into someone's mouth doesn't win you an Oscar?
Not that year. Shawshank Redemption, the number 1 movie of all time on IMDb's top 250, was nominated for 7 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Actor in a Leading Role, Best Writing for Adapted, Best Cinematography, Best Sound, Best Film Editing, Best Music, and it won 0 as well.
Third fucker.
So we all get nothing.
3.
No. I mean, it doesn't matter what we all get.
We're out.
It was the same year as Forrest Gump, so that's what won Best Actor. It was also the same year as Legends of the Fall. Forrest Gump. Yeah, Forrest Gump run away that year.
Forrest Gump probably swept.
It took like 5 big ones, it looked like.
That's what like the true movie nerds would know. It'd be like, oh, Shawshank was great, but it was the same year as Forrest Gump.
Actually, Forrest Gump. So, Jake has 3 points. I have 2 points. Nate has 1.
How many Oscars does a movie need to win for you to consider it a sweep?
I think there's like a general no, I don't think there's a general consensus. I would say director, one of the actor or actress, lead, not supporting. Writing and best picture. If you win those 4, I feel like those are the big ones for me.
I agree. I feel like the number is around 4 or 5. I know that there's movies that win more, but those are such a rarity.
Yeah.
That I think if a movie wins 4 big awards or like 3 big awards and 2 smaller ones, I'm like, yeah, this movie cleaned up.
So if you look at the big 5, they call it, it's winning best picture, best director, best actor, best actress, and screenplay. Only 3 movies have done this in history. It Happened One Night, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and The Silence of the Lambs.
And if Return of the King had any women characters, they would have won too.
It is the only movie to sweep every one of its nominations. It was 11 for 11 that year.
Damn.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Silence of the Lambs. I think Anthony Hopkins was in it for like 20 minutes and he won Best Actor, which is kind of insane.
Well-deserved.
It's well deserved, but like insane that they let that little screen time be.
Yeah.
To like count.
They don't care. Academy Award nominees this time. Let's go with Misery from 1990. It is a winner of 1 Oscar by Kathy Bates in a leading role, and it was the only nomination. So 1 for 1. But you got your nomination, so that's great.
Oh, yeah.
Better than the...
Oh, I should have swapped them. Because I could have taken 3 0-0.
True.
3-point swing. Brutal.
Yeah. Stand By Me, nominated for 1 Oscar as well. Best writing. I'll take that.
Ooh, the bar is low, and I still think I'm going to trip over it.
I sure do too. The Life of Chuck, Tom Hiddleston, Jacob Tremblay. It has 0 Academy Award nominations.
Yep.
Yeah. Good try, though. Good try. It's on Hulu right now if you want to watch it. Find out why I didn't get any.
It's not a strong endorsement.
Nate got 1, so he has 2 points. Jake and I both got 3, so I'm up to 5. Jake's up to 6. Okay.
I'm going for the reverse sweep.
Yeah, you got this, dude.
I think I might.
I think you do. Yeah. Letterboxd review, highest IMDb top 250 bonus. Let's see. The Long Walk. I don't think it'll be in the IMDb top 250, but it's a heck of a guess. Nope. All right. The Long Walk we already talked about, so we won't read any of their Letterboxd reviews. It is a 3.53. Kind of surprisingly low.
Yeah.
Maybe the ending got people like it got us, 1922.
They're just walking.
I know, they're just walking. Not in the top 250, not surprising. Let's see. Letterboxd is trying really hard to find it, and it can't. We'll give it a second. Yeah, this movie has Thomas Jane in it. I think I saw the trailers on Netflix, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and I never watched it. Oh, boy. 2.81. Yikes.
Yeah, I was going to say Letterboxd is going to have an aneurysm when you type in Children of the Corn.
It's like, which one do you mean? Carrie from 1976, not in the top 250, but was nominated for 2 Oscars.
Fuck.
Best Actress in a Leading Role and Best Actress in a Supporting Role.
I think I'm taking this one.
I do too. I hope, actually.
I think you are.
I missed the nominations, but I think I'm taking these.
Carrie from 1976, 3.85.
Nice.
Crushed it. We didn't look at those, but let's look at Carrie's reviews. Let's see here. Good for her. It's just the first one.
Too.
Good for her. Men be like, this isn't male gazy. The extended shots of underage girls' naked bodies are crucial to the plot, you bitch. Matilda took a dark turn. I agree with a gym teacher who hit a student. And this is why periods are the worst. Great. Really good. 1922, I've never seen, don't really know anything about, but let's see if there's one that makes me chuckle immediately. I doubt it, because I think they're all going to be like genuine reviews.
Just context.
Nope.
Oh, I see.
Here we go. I don't remember Ratatouille being so dark. That was pretty good. This would have made a really good short film. Oof.
Brutal.
Yeah, I hate to see it. All right, so Nate took home 3 there. That's 5 for Nate total. I took home 1. I have 6. Jake took home 2. That's 7. 6, 7. Next up, Letterboxd review count high. Jake took Children of the Corn from 1984. 119,000 reviews. It's kind of surprising.
Oof.
Point of order. Jake's at 8.
Is he?
I had to recount. I watched you type 6, say he got 2, and then type 7.
Oh, you're right.
I just
yeah.
recounted to make sure.
Oh, nice.
Thanks. Yeah, good call.
That will come in handy as I tickle 5-digit review count.
119,000 for old Children of the Corn. All right, The Running Man.
Wait, I want to hear my Children of the Corn
Oh
comments.
my God, you're right. I'm sorry.
You fool.
It's a bunch of just Nebraska jokes, probably.
We're all children of the corn.
Did they just forget they had the body of a dead kid in the trunk of their car that whole time? Legend has it little Joey's body is still rotting in that trunk. Great.
God, I don't remember that.
I don't either.
I've never seen this movie.
I Hate Children. Midwest
You forgot too.
Midsommar. Great commercial for birth control.
Midwest Midsommar.
Midwest Midsommar is really good. How can a film with this concept be so boring? Yikes. It is a little slow. I remember that.
Yeah.
The OG Running Man. I think I watched it like one of those. I try to watch scary movies on Halloween, and I think it was one of those. For context, the new Running Man has 350K. The old one has 155K. Yikes.
Oof.
Still ahead of Jake.
Creep to the bottom of the barrel here.
Yep, still ahead of Jake, but barely. Let's look at the reviews for this.
It will save us.
There's a character named Dynamo who's a big guy in a Tron costume with a Centurion helmet who sings opera and has electric powers. And I don't understand why he isn't in every movie. It is really fun. It is really fun. Crazy how things that seemed like absurdities in this movie now seem plausible. Department of Justice, Entertainment Division, and the President's Agent. Yeah, Arnold's in this. Jesse Ventura is in this. It is a blast. It's a really fun watch. All right, Nate coming in hot with It from 1990, starring everyone's favorite clown, Tim Curry. Wow, Nate, 278K. Is this the one, Nate?
Damn.
That gives you 3.
Yeah,
You're up to 8.
Disappointing on most days, and yet
This is close. Jake has 9. I have 8. Nate has 8. Let's look at the reviews
I
for
think
It.
the Dark Tower is going to be too powerful.
I kind of hope
I think so.
The scariest part of this film was adult Bill's ponytail. Sing to the tune of Pretty Woman. Tim Curry hiding in the street. Tim Curry, it's kids he likes to eat.
Tim Curry hiding in
You
the street.
I know, I forgot.
You're reading stage direction.
I forgot the tune of Pretty Woman. Tim Curry hiding in the street. Thank you for reminding me. That's good. I'll have to remember to say the line, "This is battery acid, you slime," the next time I bust a nut. That's a winner right there. I'm going to save Lawnmower Man for last because I think that's going to be hilarious to look through. So let's do Children of the Corn 2009 first. 2009. Okay, so I put Children of the Corn in. There's a 1984, there's a 2020, there's a 2009, there's a Children of the Corn 2 in 1992, 1995 is Children of the Corn 3, Children of the Corn 4 was 96, 5 was 98, 666 was 99, Revelation was 2001, Genesis was 2011, Runaway was 2018. And then someone has a list
franchise that I've never seen a single movie of.
Yeah. Someone has a list of all of them ranked in order. Let's see.
Wow.
Number 1, Children of the Corn 2.
Curious.
Number 2, Children of the Corn 4. Sorry, 6. Nope, 4.
All right, this guy's throwing curveballs, and I don't care for it.
Children of the Corn OG,
Guys,
1984.
trust me. He's got his own watching order, too.
He does. Okay. Let's see. 2009 Children of the Corn. 2.01. It had 4,000 reviews.
Broke 2.
Yeah, the number 1 review is in a different language. Just to let you know how that goes.
Yikes.
Whoever cast that
I was worried that was going to be.
Big in Sorbia.
Whoever cast that boy as Isaac needs to be smacked every day for a year is the funniest one. All the rest are either very long or in different languages. That's crazy. What did I say it was? 2.0 something?
2.01.
2.01. That's pretty good. It's a low number. All right, Dark Tower.
I know, but we think, yeah.
I just think I remember it being like so hated.
Yeah. That's the big thing is had a huge nerd fan base that was pumped for it.
2.15.
Hey, get wrecked.
Yeah. That sucks.
Can't fight the Idris Elba Riz.
No, you really can't.
Right.
The reviews aren't even funny. It's like Idris Elba's a really good gunslinger. This is a really bad gunslinger movie. And it's like a link to their full review. All right, 2.15.
No jokes about Knuckles.
Nothing, dude. Lawnmower Man 2. Here we go. Beyond Cyberspace, 1996. 1.84. God, Jake, you just know how to find the right things, don't you? It has 6 fans. Let's see. This tested my long-held belief that every movie is worth watching. Can't believe that dog knew how to work a disk drive. That's incredible. I'm now into it. Full of obvious nods to Blade Runner and The Empire Strikes Back. Better than both. Probably the only sequel.
6 fans.
Yeah, probably the only sequel where you can say, unfortunately, the CGI got better. Oh my god, this is incredible. All right, so Jake got 3 points there. He's at 12. He won. I got 1 point. 2 points. I'm at 10. I lost. And Nate found a way to stay in last. No, I got less. I got 1 point. Sorry.
Your math found a way to stay in last.
Nate found a way. I
glanced and I was like, nope.
I thought 2.15. I thought it was higher. I thought 2.15 is higher, and I was like, oh, I got more. So I got more points. No, I forgot it was the last round. So Jake, yet again, the champion. Nate took second though. Hey, feels
Nice.
good. I didn't hit double digits. This is awesome.
Welcome to my world.
I know. It feels good back here, doesn't it? You know what else feels good? You all sticking around for so long. Thanks for listening to our episode today. I'd like to thank my guest, Nate and Jake, for joining me as always. If you're new here, you can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere else you get your podcasts. If you do listen on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a review. If you're watching us, hey, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@RumandCinema. As always, we're going to leave you with something to watch next. I'll start it off. I finally got to see The Lighthouse on HBO Max. It is the one where Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson are lighthouse keepers, and they're stuck. And it's in black and white in a 4x3 by Robert Eggers, and it's wild. Basically, Robert Eggers wrote the script. Yeah.
When was this?
2019, I want to say, something like that. Robert Eggers wrote the script, and then decided it wasn't confusing enough, so he rewrote it, and it shows. Basically, it shows like them descending into madness, and it makes you like question everything you're seeing by the end, and it's a wild ride. It's a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, check it out. The Lighthouse on HBO. Jake, what do you got for the people?
Yes. Hold on. I was putting The Lighthouse on my list.
Throw it on.
I have two things. Three I'll mention. One is very quick.
Tooth.
I had seen Nuja,
Yeah.
and before Nuja 2 is a movie in the same universe but not a sequel. So I saw that. It was Zhangxia. And quick review of that. One, that one's in English. So
Okay.
I think after the first one, they are in English. A better movie, but not as good of a watch, right? You don't watch Ninja because it's a great film. You watch it because it's sick animation and badass fight scenes.
Right.
Shang-Xia is like it's a more interesting story. It's like less of a, it's still a kids movie, but there's some depth to it, but there's much less action and fighting.
Okay.
I finally finished The Bear season 4, and by finished I mean watched it in 3 days.
Heck yeah. What'd you think?
Really, really good.
Yeah.
You know,
I've not
don't
seen it.
like yeah. I'll save some of my thoughts on it because it's a pretty story driven show.
Yeah.
But I'll just say I really enjoyed season 4. Probably my favorite since season 1, maybe tied with 2.
Yeah. Cool.
And just stellar performances,
That's awesome.
which has always been the case with The Bear, but I think especially in 4 it has really stood out.
It's great to hear.
And then kind of my fun pick, I saw Primate.
How was that?
It shocked me with how much I enjoyed it.
Really?
Primate is a horror movie. Basically a family lives with one of those chimps that lives with people. It communicates with them by sign language and by pressing on a talking pad. And he gets rabies. And it's kind of a like a slasher survival flick where the parents go out of town for the weekend, and so the kids let's throw a party, and then that's when all hell breaks loose, and the rabid chimp is now trying to kill everyone. My critique of it is so heavy with, I accidentally dropped my phone. We're trying to get to this room to grab the phone that's charging, and we got there, and I looked at the phone and saw the messages, but then the chimp came out of the corner, and I ran, but I'd set the phone down first.
Oh, God.
It made me roll my eyes how much the plot just relied on them being just morons about the phones.
That sucks.
But I get it. Horror movie, and
it is
this year.
Yeah.
You need some way for them to not have their phones.
It's such a modern problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it was handled
just
awkwardly.
have the chimp grab the phone and smash it.
Yeah. It feels like
Yeah.
a good one. Yeah.
Yep, that would have solved it. Oh, the phone was there charging. It rings. Chimp smashes.
Yep.
Bam.
Yeah.
Shoot.
It could be like funny at the beginning, like they're partying and the chimp just grabs their phone and smashes. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. They're like, oh, what an accident. It's actually like the first act of aggression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Overall, I thought it was fun. I thought it was a lot better than I had planned going in, and so I think that made it really fun. And a rabid chimp is a really good horror monster,
Nice.
right? I think they did a good job with being accurate with what a chimp can do.
That's cool. I like that. It's like that.
I think you answered for me. Oh, go ahead.
It's like that scene in Nope, but like the whole movie is that scene.
Right.
Yeah.
That they saw it and they were inspired.
Like, ooh, what if we just did that? Nate, what is your recommendation?
I'll just comment real quick.
Oh, yeah.
There's ads all over. I can't remember where. Maybe it was in New York. It was just saying like, "What is wrong with George?" Ads for Primate, and they keep saying,
Yeah.
"What is wrong with George?" So I appreciate you just answering for me, so I don't have to look into it.
Clever.
He had rabies. That's what's wrong with George.
Yeah, he had rabies.
It's a lot less mysterious than we thought.
Yeah.
It made it look like he was like possessed or something.
Ooh.
Like,
That's part of the reason why I thought it was going to be kind of dumb going in, but and it's I don't feel bad about spoilers on it because literally as soon as the movie starts, it shows him frothing at the mouth and there's a weasel. Something got into his cage that was obviously rabid and bit him.
Got it. Oh yeah. All right, Nate, what do you got for the peeps?
I haven't watched anything new. I was looking, like trying my HBO, Netflix,
Passion of
whatever.
Christ, right?
No, don't recommend.
Okay. The Bible?
So I'll just throw out. I don't remember if I've recommended Midnight Gospel before, but if I haven't, you should watch
Is
it.
that the HBO show?
It's on Netflix.
No, okay. Oh yeah.
It's an animated show. It's this guy who I didn't know before the show, Duncan Trussell, has a podcast where he interviews people, and he's like interested in like the mind and psychedelics and that kind of stuff. And so this is a show created and animated by the creator of Adventure Time that just is animating his conversations with different people, and just like it's got its own subplot. Like it's a very weird like subplot. He's got a machine that can simulate reality, so he like goes into simulated realities with like really wild stuff and interviews people. I don't know, it's a weird pitch, but it's really fun. I love every single episode of it. I'm sad there's not more.
I
rewatched a couple episodes this week.
I think you did recommend it a while ago, and I watched one and I was like, this is trippy. It's really good though. Like it was good trippy.
Yeah, like, and every single one is there's different topics, but like there's one about drug legalization, there's one about death, but the last one is him interviewing his mom while she's dying. Like not while she's dying, she gets cancer, and like he's interviewing her on his podcast. It apparently was a whole series he did. Like he talked to her about her life and like her thoughts on life and stuff.
That's cool.
And they do an episode of that, and it's like rough, but it's really good.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, but another one similar. Like another one is about someone who does like, is like a death counselor who like does and she's like talking about how the system we have right now of like funeral homes and stuff is kind of bullshit and all that, and like how people are like how it like disconnects you from death and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Every single episode is really interesting.
That's cool. Yeah,
and it's just trippy animation and like fun the whole time.
Every time I see a clip of Duncan Trussell on a podcast, I watch it. Like he's funny. Like he's a comedian. He's funny.
If you like Duncan Trussell, you have to watch this entire thing.
All right,
like
I'll give it a shot.
From start to finish.
I'll give it a shot.
I rewatch it like every couple years since it came out.
Hell yeah. We hope you all watch this.
So whatever.
And rewatch this too. Re-recommend it. Hey, recommend this to your friends.
Don't rewatch this podcast.
Don't tell them what to do.
Watch once at most.
Don't tell them what to do.
We don't even recommend that you rewatch the movie that we review.
That's fair. Yeah. All right. If you made it this far, thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. Enjoy your rum. Enjoy your cinema. We'll see you next time.